G'day guys, yet another week of AHGL action coming for you today, brought to you by Maynarde and Zepph. This is going to be Microsoft versus Facebook, and once again I have to ask you, Zepph, how are you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling pretty darn good. This is actually supposed to be a pretty sick match. It's a rematch from the last season, so hopefully it'll be really exciting.
It is, in fact. Facebook is on the brink of extinction here. They are on the ropes. Microsoft has got them pinned in a corner because Microsoft is sitting pretty at the top of their division. Meanwhile, Facebook, they really need this win to try and get back into it, to get into that final bracket. So without further ado, let's watch this bloodfest unfold, jumping straight into the game. All right. Enabling that sound. In the bottom left, we have his name corrected this time. We called him Stank last week, but this week it is TS Stanky. T Stanky. We'll get that right eventually. Sorry, brother. Sorry, Mr. Stanky.
And his opponent, spawning as the red Protoss, it is Wraithlol. Now, he is called Ether in the rundown that we got for all the players, but he's called Ether on here, he's called Ether on the AHGL website as well, so I think we're going to stick with, actually no, Wraithlol, excuse me. Yeah, we're going to stick with that because that's what he's called everywhere else, so apologies if that is not the intended name, but us noobcasters, we get a little bit confused when you wear the wrong name.
That's right. We need everything to be perfect, otherwise we just fall on our asses. We are quite terrible. But yes. Look at that. It looks like a Forge Fast expand on the cards here for Wraithlol. Now, this build is still obviously prevalent. It's a very strong opener, very macro-orientated, but I'm liking the look of that one gate expand a little bit more, Zepph, with the one gate cybernetics core. You can follow that up with the mothership and a couple gateway units. And get into the face of that third or even that natural and almost guarantee a few drone kills.
Yeah, so, doing that harass. It's pretty good.
Harass.
Yeah, I actually do have to say I like the one gate opening a lot more. But Forge Fast Expand is still very viable, of course. And in fact, in the AHGL so far, I think this may be one of the first Forge Fast Expands we've seen.
Yeah, actually, I think you might be right. We've generally been seeing, well, we actually haven't seen too many PVZs or mini Zergs in general in our casts that we've been given by the wonderful AHGL people. So we haven't really seen this Protoss opener, and look at that, that's a very immunity light thing to do. Look that guy up, if you don't know who I'm talking about. He's on he's on the Liquidpedia. He's an Australian player, Protoss, that likes to always... Oh, God, he actually cancelled that very, very quickly. So, just delaying it by a few seconds. Light, in fact, likes to drop a pylon in the natural, and then the third, and then make gateways.
Yeah, he's a super pest when it comes to blocking the natural for Zergs.
And especially big dick move. But this time, T Stanky is being a little bit friendlier.
For sure. Now,
it's all about love in this war game. Now tell us, Zepph, break it down.
It's looking pretty standard. Like, this is, like I mentioned before, one of the first Forge Fast expands we've seen. Generally, we've seen people experimenting a lot more, particularly as the AHGL's progressed, and we've had more and more people kind of get comfortable with the Heart of the Swarm units and what they can do and experiment with. So what I'm really looking at here is what is... Oh dear, actually, hold that thought. We've got an Overlord that might get taken out. Will it reach the high ground? I think it might.
I think it will make it just in time. There we go. T Stanky nearly putting himself on the ropes along with his team.
Yeah. He's just testing the waters.
That's right.
Making sure the stuff's there. But yeah, what I was going to say was that I'm interested to see what the follow-up is going to be because Stargate has been extremely common. Oh,
that Oracle.
Oracles. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what he's actually going to pick.
Third going down now for T Stanky. And getting that all-important Overlord towards the main to get a look at that gas. And the gas count is quite low for Wraithlol at the moment. Has been cruising on that one gas for a little bit. Second gas going down now.
Yeah, just keeping it chill.
So with this later gas, it doesn't make me think that there's going to be, or third gas going down, perhaps Stargate play, I'm not too sure. I'm actually not feeling Stargate play from Wraithlol at the moment. For some reason, I feel it in my waters.
We'll have to see. We'll see what he does. But in the meantime, both players looking very quiet, just continuing to power their economies up.
Is this a full wall-off?
It's not.
No.
He's just kind of fixed that wall now. In fact, because Stanky has a nice view of that wall, he could have decided to make a bunch of lings a while back and just kind of gone in there and seen what he could do. Yep. But he's playing it on the safe side, which is fair enough also. Opted
to guarantee a third instead of taking a gamble with an attack, so I support that decision.
Indeed. Got Wraithlaw moving out with one Zealot, holding that watchtower.
I'll just be wrong all day long, guys. Not only is it the Stargate, it's a double Stargate, so I'm double wrong.
Yeah.
Wraithlaw
double slap in the face of Maynarde.
That's right, a double slap in the face. That's cool. I can take a hit.
Yeah.
This Overlord from Stanky can also take one or two.
Yeah. It's pretty manly Overlord.
He is manly. A bit of a Maynarde Overlord.
Yeah, took it like a man.
Shot to the face for being silly. Oh, a Zealot in the third here, getting a drone kill, looking to get his second.
Oh, very nice.
There we go. Getting 3 drone kills there, I believe.
Yeah, that was...
Hey, I was right that time.
Very good.
On the comeback trail, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
Let's have a look at the drone counts here, just while we're in the mineral lines of both plays. 45 to 38, so not too bad from Stanky. I think the Wraithlaw might have halted pro production for a while here. He has indeed, going for Mothership Core and double Oracle.
Delicious. Things are going to get real very soon, Maynarde. These Oracles, they kill something like 22 workers within 5 seconds if they just kind of waltz in there and go for it. So this could be really, really bad.
Actually, I remember someone telling me, one of the pro players, that if you get 4 of them and then let them unleash with their death beam in the mineral line, they actually remove a mineral line of workers in 4 Blizzard in-game seconds.
Yeah. All right.
That is ridiculous.
That is kind of sickening.
Yep. And here comes Trollicle #1, followed by his brother at the back here. Will he go straight for that third? Will he go for the main? It looks like he will target that third. There is one queen here and a spore, though. But the spore is just in range. Now, the good thing is that the oracles are made of paper, but they do actually beat a queen if they have enough energy to shoot her down.
Yes, definitely one getting very low though. Will it go down? Yes, it does, and that's a bit of a blow to Wraith's harass here. The spawn maybe needs to be repositioned slightly because out there in the front, it's not doing too much.
That's right. The spore crawler definitely should be unburrowed and burrowed here. It only takes a couple seconds. Second queen coming down to help out, but the oracle has done its damage. Look at that, 7 workers killed on that other one, and the other would have killed 3, I think.
Yeah, something like that. But
trying not to do any live maths, guys. We're definitely keeping an eye on that. Don't want to accidentally...
rule of thumb.
That's right, rule of thumb. Don't do maths live. Fleet Bacon on the way for Wraithlaw, the Protoss player. And the Mothership Core just kind of chilling in the main here. I'm normally used to seeing that unit out and about doing something, but here it comes, as I say.
Well, that's fair enough, actually. I mean, the follow-up has been 5 Phoenixes, and so that's something else that Stanky is going to have to be very aware of. He's got roaches out, but they're not going to be able to move out if the Phoenixes catch them. He has opted to go for the Hydra option, and that will actually work out for him quite well because the Stargates are pretty much all that Wraithlaw is.
Yeah, no gateway units apart from that initial Zealot.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
This is just pure Protoss air, which a lot of people are talking about these days. Some positively, some negatively. Take it as you will. This queen is in so much trouble.
Yeah,
she presumed to beat that. Only 2 Hydras here on the ground with the roaches, but the queen with the extra 4 queen support on the bottom will shoo away those air units for now. Right. But there's still a very, very big danger for T-Stank.
Yeah. Well, Wraithlaw is securing a 3rd base here, and this is going untouched by Stanky. But we'll have to see if he can punish that, because with all these Hydras, he could probably just move out and try and go for a push. And I'm not seeing anything that Wraithlaw could do about it, although he is dropping a ton of cannons. Wow. At his 3rd base there.
Now, when someone makes this many cannons, what does that tell you, Zepph? I'm making carriers. And that's exactly what he's doing. He's going full Protoss air mode, getting the +1 upgrade. In fact, upgrading that Mothership Core to a big Mothership. And the roaches coming into the 3rd. This is actually a nice attack here from T-Stanky. But these cannons, I don't think he expected that many cannons.
Just a few seconds too late, but the super sick thing is that he's actually making a Nidus Worm while all this is going on. He's making all units at the moment and some extra spawns at home, so he doesn't have to think about that threat.
Oh my god.
He needs to be careful with his units, so he doesn't want to lose them if he's going to Nidus.
Doesn't at all, and these Hydras don't have that speed upgrade yet, so they're actually not going to be retreatable.
Yeah, not yet. They don't have their range quite yet either. It's just a couple of seconds off. It looks like they're going to be able to take out all of these cannons and in turn the third.
That's right, the third will go down. A great blow for T Stanky. I wonder how many units he lost there. Actually, might just check the units killed. Units killed. Yeah, no, don't worry about that. Okay, the units from T Stanky heading down into the natural.
Yep. And is he actually going to reveal his carriers? That will
he has to.
Bad for Wraithlol. And there we go.
Units splitting up and just going home. The carriers do an insane amount of DPS output.
For sure, but there is no detection here for T Stanky. He's going to have to back off. These slow Hydras are having a hard time slithering away, I guess. They don't have legs, do they?
No, they don't. No, he actually hasn't started the upgrade at all. I'm just going to find the Hydra Den for you. No, he has not. In fact, he's a little bit starved on minerals and gas at the moment, making 10 more Hydras. I really think he needs this speed upgrade just so that he can pick fights later in the game if he does indeed fight back this air army.
Went down in the back of the main, but all the probes were pulled and they did take it out. There's actually a really cool Nidus network animation on the minimap now.
Yeah.
Hearts I didn't know about. That was awesome.
Let's observers, casters, all that sort of thing get a better idea of where the Nidus is going down. There's another one.
Yeah.
That's like, and there's one for the nuke as well, which I think is an excellent addition for spectators of this wonderful, wonderful esport. And +2 going down for the air.
Yeah, for sure. Now here comes the next Nidus worm. The Phoenixes do scout it, but will the units get out of there in time?
The Nidus nearly chopped one out of the sky.
Yeah, just about. Imagine if that could happen.
That would be sick.
Wow. T Stanky having a real hard time.
Where is the Overseer?
Yeah, he needs one. He needs like 5 actually, just to make sure, because they'll probably get sniped by all those carriers.
Overseer's following up the rear there, just 3 in tow.
Yep.
That'll do the trick. A queen getting a little bit ahead of herself, decides to head back home. And T Stanky wants to try and see if there's another third that he can cause a cancel or just destroy, but unfortunately there isn't one. On 2 base, the Protoss can do quite a lot. And
very true.
Yep, Wraithwall is doing a pretty good job of getting done what he needs to get done here. And T Stanky's going to attack with a lot of roaches to deal with this wall and the Hydras to deal with everything in the air. But I can't help but feel this isn't enough units.
It may or may not be Maynarde. I mean, he's going to have a tough time breaking through here, but he's at the point where he can kind of throw stuff away. Can he break through, though? There's so much damage being done. Nice time warp on the ground there, really hindering these units, but can he do much? It looks like all the Hydras have gone down.
Oh my, it's making his retreat and even his attack almost unmicroable.
Yeah.
And Wraithlol punishing T Stanky for that attack. Does deflect it quite easily. Nearly loses a mothership there. But he's just fine. Definitely ahead.
That is so many overlords in the middle of the map. If Wraithlol caught those, it would be some serious blood in the water. But as it stands, T Stanky is actually looking alright. He's got the 4th base up. He's getting some infestors out too.
Good drone count as well, actually. 68 over the 45.
Yeah. And I mean, Wraithlol is still turtling on 2 bases. He needs a 3rd base sooner or later. He's going to take it now. But will T Stanky let him have it?
I wonder. Only time will tell, Zepph.
Yeah.
T Stanky's making a bunch of Overseers here by the 4th, which I think is a good idea. You can never have too many of those.
Yeah,
He's got a couple changelings with his army. I bet he wishes they were real zealots. Of course, they wouldn't really help him too much in this particular against this particular unit composition. The Phoenix is coming in to try and get some drones, but well deflected by T Stanky. Oh, but the carrier's following them up. The mothership here too. Looks like he wants to kill a base.
Yeah, he sure does, but when we look at it, he actually doesn't have all that much. He really needs to wait for more and more carriers, in which case I would really like to see T Stanky drop a Spire so that the Corruptors can really take the brunt of all those hits and the Hydras will be free to DPS whatever they want.
Infestors on the way. Doing that great job of the splash damage, holding units in place and also uncloaking, so really good decision against the Mothership Death Ball. Protoss has been complaining about infestors for so long. They have they have been, I guess, heavily nerfed in Wings of the not in Wings of Liberty, but from Wings of Liberty and Heart of the Swarm. The infestor has projectile now instead of an instant cast, but it has increased range, so it does get that little cookie there.
A few trade-offs, and I think what they've really done with the Infestor is make it a situational unit rather than a core unit for Zerg, and I have to agree with that. You know, that's a smart thing to do.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
T Stanky is actually going to rely on a few Infestors and Neural Parasite to try and take out this army.
Hive on the way, +3 air on the way for Wraithlol, and switching into Void Rays as well, which is another unit that has been, I would have to say, heavily buffed in Heart of the Swarm. A very, very scary unit indeed. That's so many cannons, and the air army is here to back them up. No third base for you today, T-Stanky.
And oh my gosh, these overseas are going to take a pummeling as well. Some of the roaches, these Hydras really need something to buffer for them, or they're not going to be too much good at all. Hydra speed only just now coming down, so they should really just back off and chill for a bit until there's a better force with which to engage this army. And we do have the spy coming down from T-Stanky, and I think that's a really, really key thing for him to have before he tries to do anything serious to Wraithlol.
Yeah, so I wonder why he is getting Hive. Is it for the +3 attack? Yeah, it must be for +3 upgrades, because I definitely think Broodlords are a bad decision at this stage. And Ultra's probably not that great of an idea either.
Yeah.
Hydra's coming in again for that third. Going to try and take it down. Yeah, army has arrived once more.
Wow, look at that DPS.
That's a lot from both players, really.
Yeah, oh my gosh, carriers! Oh, so many interceptors. There goes the fungal on some of the interceptors and the air army, but there's just not enough left for T-Stanky to take this out. He's going to have to get out of there.
And it looks like, in fact, he's not going to get out of there. He does have the Hydralisk speed upgrade, but just allowing the army to die there, and now he's in a terrible position. T-Stanky really needs to pull something out of the books here to come back against this Protoss air army, currently having pretty much no units on the ground, just one roach.
Yeah, what a slaughter. There's 89 supply to 150 right now. 22 Corruptors are going to follow this up, however, and I think that'll do the job, Maynard.
The 22 Corruptors will do a pretty good job. They won't have any upgrades, though. And they do have armor and a lot of hit points, but this is so many carriers, Zepph. That's 11 carriers.
He's going to have to do some nice focus fire, get some more overseas.
He has enough for time warps, recalls, that sort of business.
Yeah, it's going to be a real sticky situation here. He evacuates with the drones, going to one of his other bases. He has 6 bases right now. He can afford to lose this one. I would really like to see a greater spy come up for Stanky, because he's going to need that as a transition, I feel, once these Corruptors manage to take out that army. Actually, if they take out that air army.
Yeah, that'd be a big if. This is a lot of Corruptors, but look at the DPS from these carriers. That is insane. They do have +3. Don't forget. And there's the recall. Looks like Wraithlol doesn't want none of that. That's too many Corruptors on the dance floor. And he does go home, recalling to the third.
Yeah, he's out of there.
Looks like T-Stanky's just trying to spend his mineral bank here. Does have quite a bank.
Wraithlol taking a 4th base. Good move by him. He's got the army to defend it with. I think Lynx could actually be quite useful. Well, once they have speed, that is. But they can kind of attack in 2 places, because the air army, while it is kind of mobile, the problem is that it has to stick together to be really successful as a giant ball of carriers. So if he can stretch him out and punish him for ever moving out of his base, that could be T-Stanky's ticket to winning this game.
Absolutely. +1 air on the way, and +3 for his ranged and carapace. So looks like there might be more Hydras in the future. He is still getting those ground upgrades for his units. And Phoenix is coming down to harass this newly created base for Stanky.
Yeah, as discovered now. Will Wraithlol let it live? He may choose to actually just head down there and take it out, but in doing so, it is a risk. He opens himself up for counterattacks and getting caught in the corner of the map with a ton of Corruptors. He's
definitely a lot more worried about this ball of Corruptors, I feel.
Yeah.
Getting slowly stronger with every second. T-Stanky's trying to retake this third of his. And he's got another base to the north here. As Zepph mentioned earlier, he has a lot of hatcheries, so he's feeling pretty good about his situation. He's actually starting to catch up in the supply here, but I still feel that this army of Wraithlol is still stronger. Stanky doing nice little moves here, just pulling a couple Zerglings here to take out a couple probes. Let's have a look at the probe count, worker count, actually. He's been up in drones most of the game. So
yeah, that's very nice. And oh, he's caught the army out of position. He's going to head into the 3rd base, chew through those cannons and some probes. This is the perfect timing. And a recall goes down for Wraithlol right on top of that Nexus.
Oh, cloaks it instantly, and the Link's got to go. Nice move there from Wraithlol. Very nice.
Yeah. Really great plays from both players here. I have to say, T-Stanky's been doing a great job this entire game with just scouting, with changelings and whatnot, but at the same time, Wraithlol's really done a great job at covering himself.
We got ourselves 33 Corruptors on the map, Zepph. versus the 9 Void Rays, 4 Phenai, and 11 carriers with 88 interceptors. Which team wins? I honestly can't tell you.
That is +3 air with +2 shields and +1 plating.
Very strong upgrades for the Protoss.
Yeah, too steady.
Carriers coming in.
Being real careful.
Just posturing a little bit, and in they go for the final conflict. The Void Rays hitting their cooldown, and oh my god, this is actually extremely one-sided.
Wow, what a slaughter.
Oh my, oh god. I've never seen the Protoss air army in that magnitude before. That's actually caught me a little bit unawares, guys. I got the wind knocked down of me out of that one. Those Void Rays with that cooldown, oh my god. Jeez.
Suddenly I don't want to play Zerg in Heart of the Swarm. Gosh, that was terrifying. The amount of damage was just... Wow. No words.
Just, there are no words. Poor T-Stanky does go down to that incredible Protoss air army. Wraithwall taking 1 for Microsoft here. So will Facebook be able to tie the series? We'll see you in Game 2 to find out.